let's say you're given your vector A is equal to 2i plus 3j, and then you're being told get the unit vector of A. So basically you're being told to get the vector whose magnitude is 1 of A. How do you go about that? Now you first of all get a modulus, which is 2 squared plus 3 squared square root, and this will give us 4 plus 9. So that is 4 plus 9, 13. So that is root 13. So getting the unit vector of A is basically 1 over root 13, 2i plus 3j. You basically divide this vector here with its modulus. So this is just the same as 2i plus 3j divided by root 13. Or you can also write it as 2 over root 13i plus 3 over root 13j. And we can confirm if it is a unit vector because we say the unit vector is a vector whose modulus is 1. So if we evaluate the modulus for this, this will be 2 over root 13 squared plus 3 over root 13 squared, square root of that. So what does that give? 2 over root 13, so we will have 4 over 13, plus on this other side, we will have 9 over 13 square root of that. Since they are both under 13, we'll have 13 over 9 plus 4. This gives us 13 square root. This and this will give 1. The square root of 1 is 1. So that's how you go about getting the unit vector. You get the modulus and then divide that vector by its modulus. Now, the next thing I want us to look at is the dot product. Dot product of a vector, also called scalar product. So scalar product. Now, given two vectors, let's say A is equal to 2i plus 3j and B is equal to I plus j. The dot product defined by A dot B is given by 2i plus 3j dotted with I plus j. Now, what you need to know is that when you're evaluating the dot product, I is dotted to I, j to j. So this is evaluated by 2i dot I, 3j dot j, and then you add your results. Now, another thing you need to know is that I dot I is equal to 1 and j dot j is equal to 1. So evaluating this will be 2, I dot I is 1, so we'll have 2 here, plus j dot j is 1, so this will give 3. So this will just translate to 5. Let's take up another example. So let's say we have A is equal to I plus 3j plus 2k, and B is equal to 2i plus 3j plus 4k. Then what is A dot B? So A dot B is basically given by, so you dot I to I dot 2i plus 3j dot 3j plus 2k dot 4k. That's how we evaluate this. What is I dot I1? Here we have 2, j dot j is 1, here we have 9, plus k dot k is 1, here we have 8. So this gives us 19. So that's how we go about getting the dot product. Now, the dot product is very important, especially when we are evaluating angles between two vectors. Now, if you want to get angle between two vectors, then you use this formula right here. Let's say you're given vector A and B. So the angle between vector A and B can be evaluated using this formula. A dot B is equal to A modulus B modulus. So let me write it properly. So A modulus B modulus cos theta. So for example, if we are given two vectors, let's say A is equal to I plus J, and then B is equal to 2I plus 2J. And then we are being told to get the angle between vector A and B. We use this formula here. So we evaluate A dot B. What is A dot B? So I dot 2I, that will give us 2 plus J dot 2J, that will give us 2. So this gives us 4. What is A modulus? So A modulus is basically 1 squared plus 1 squared square root, and that will give us 1 plus 1, that is 2. So this will give us root 2. And B modulus is equal to 2 squared plus 2 squared square root, and this will give us 4 plus 4, so that's root 8. So come and replace the values in the formula. So A dot B, our A dot B is 4, is equal to A modulus. Our A modulus is root 2. B modulus is root 8 cos of theta. So what is theta, which is the angle between this? We will have 4 over root 2 root 8 is equal to theta. You bring cos to the other side, so we have cos inverse of this gives us theta. So that's how we get the angle.